With the constant evolution of smartphone photography and videography, one of the big things that's been really up and coming is the fact of these low light shots. So today's video is about the battle of the night modes, Samsung versus iPhone versus Pixel. What's up, everybody? This is Scott. Welcome back to another video. Well, I decided that it had been raining for approximately 40 straight days in Ohio, and last night was a night where it was finally not crappy out. So I made this huge contraption right here. So this contraption is comprised of a lot of different pieces and parts, but the most important parts are the fact that there are three phones on here. It is the Google Pixel 4 XL, it is the iPhone 11 Pro Max, and last is the Verizon 5G S20 Plus. And all of these have the night mode or night sight or any sort of night photography that they always talk about. So last night, I decided to set out and take this particular thing and go around and shoot all the low light shots that I can possibly think of. All things considered, roughly the exact same, and see which one finally is the night mode or night sight king. So in today's video, it is the shootout of night mode between Samsung, iPhone, and Google. Let's take a look at some of these shots that I took last night when kind of comparing the iPhone, the Pixel, and the Samsung. I'm going to go shot by shot. You can kind of see right now, this is just a random overpass biking thing that's in Columbus, Ohio. On the iPhone one, the iPhone actually looks pretty good in comparison to all the other ones. It doesn't quite come out as contrasty as I would like. I like a really contrasty type photo. Like that's just something that's a preferred type thing. Comes out a little more yellow, a little more warm color, but the Pixel and the Samsung, it comes out super contrasty, super crisp. All the lines, the fencing, the trees, everything you see just looks a little more sharp and a little more contrasty in comparison to the iPhone. Now, that's my personal preference, but I also believe that the winner out of these three is actually the Samsung. The Samsung really looks better, in my opinion, compared to those. Now, moving on to the actual bike path over the overpass, where you can see some of the shadows and pulling in the light. In terms of a preference, I like the Pixel one best and then follow that up with the iPhone. I really like the look and the vibrancy from the Pixel, but in terms of the iPhone on this one, you can really start to pick up the detail from the chain link fence. You can get a lot of the detail from the trees. For me, it just picked up a lot better on the Pixel and the iPhone than it did the Samsung on this one. The Samsung wasn't bad, but in comparison to the other two, in my opinion, it just looked a lot better on the Pixel and the iPhone. Now going on to that straight traditional Block O, honestly, the iPhone for me is the one that I really prefer in this particular shot. The red looks so vibrant. In comparison to the other ones, I really want that bright Block O, and the iPhone nailed it on this particular one. If I had to then follow that up, I would go iPhone, Samsung, Pixel in that order, really picking up in terms of the photos that I like the best. And I would be remiss if I didn't take a photo of the Ohio Stadium, the horseshoe. Everybody knows it. And in terms of which one that I like, honestly, I love all three. I think that the Samsung overexposes a little bit. That tree right there in the front is a little more like a neonish green, not the traditional green that I would like to see in those trees. But I really feel like the iPhone and the Pixel pretty much won out in this particular instance. I really like the color difference in the tree on the Pixel. But honestly, if I had to pick one, I would pick the iPhone as the winner in this particular one. I do like the warmth of the color, the warmth of the sky in the iPhone compared to the Pixel. So it would go iPhone, Pixel, and Samsung. Next up is the Mirror Lake photo. I will have to show you Mirror Lake. Mirror Lake is the lake that actually students jump into the Tuesday before the Ohio State versus Michigan game. It used to be Thursday, but now they moved it to Thanksgiving week. So we can't do that on Thursday because that's Thanksgiving. So yeah, this is the lake where all the students jump into. Now, in terms of the photo that I like the best, personally, I believe that the Samsung and the iPhone whiffed on this. Just do not like the brightness. Don't like anything about the colors of how bright it is in the trees or the water on the Samsung or the iPhone. But I believe the Pixel nailed this one. It actually got the dark from the sky because it was blue like that. It was perfect. The trees are a great color. The water is actually that color too. Everything about the Pixel photo in this one to me just seemed more accurate to the actual eye compared to the iPhone and the Samsung. It just like they cranked up the brightness on the iPhone and the Samsung and just to me, just missed it in comparison to the Pixel. Now, in this next couple shots, I went to basically complete pitch dark. There was no light, no overhead light, no nothing. There was no lights that you saw like you on campus. I went to as a dark place as I could to see exactly what do the three phones pull out when it has so little light to deal with. So these three shots right here, I think the iPhone made it way too warm. They just way too yellow, way too warm. I think the Samsung kind of whiffed on the brightness. The most true to life photo was the Pixel in this instance. And again, these are three spots, exactly the same amount of light, same tripod setup that I actually had on the hood of the Jeep. So yeah, I just think it was too warm for the iPhone, just a whiff on Samsung's part. And then the Pixel was the most true to life. So there you have it. Those are the three different types of photos that you have. As you can kind of tell with the way that I was talking, to me, the biggest winner here is Team Android. So anywhere between the Pixel 4 XL and the Samsung S20 Plus 5G from Verizon, yeah, you get the general gist that Team Android really comes out on top with a lot more colder, crisper, more accurate, true to life colors when compared to the iPhone. Now, again, these are more true to life, more appealing to my eye. The overall message from the iPhone is it's just going to come out a little bit more, I don't want to say fuzzy, but less sharp, less contrasty, and more warm, more yellow. In most of the shots that I took, it was the Pixel 4 XL that I preferred. So from a night mode perspective, the big winner right here is Team Android. I'm going to give it to the Pixel versus the S20 Plus. Again, just based on the preference and the shots that I took, I really enjoy the shots that I get out of the Pixel 4 XL. So to me, the king is still the Pixel 4 XL when it comes to night mode. So that's it. That's all I have. Thanks for watching. As always, like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment below. We will see you next time.